All right, let's do this shit. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Man Doozy podcast.
You're probably thinking, why that word doozy? What does that even mean?
Well, the word doozy means something that's extraordinary or outstanding of its kind.
And we are not that, but we want to be.
So
We're close.
We're getting there. We're on
Yeah.
the cusp.
We're cusping.
Yeah.
So this is a podcast where we give you all the tools you need to become successful in life.
And the best part is we're going to learn how to be successful ourselves while we teach you how to be successful yourself.
I'm Alex Staub.
I'm Matthew McLachlan.
I'm Andrew Goebel.
And today, we're going to learn how to bartend. Today's episode is also sponsored by BotticelliFoods.com. Oh my God, use the promo code Doozy at checkout for 10% off. It's beautiful. It's delicious. Well, boys.
I mean, I feel like we're professionals at this. We actually are extraordinary and outstanding of our kind at drinking.
Have we ever bartended before?
I have not bartended. The only thing in the restaurant business I've done, I was a busboy for my first job.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It lasted about a week, and then I had to leave to go look at colleges, and I forgot to get a replacement for me. And I came back, and my name wasn't on the schedule, and I just left. And nothing. That was it.
That is the most Alex Staub, just like, yeah, I forgot. So
Yeah, I forgot.
Actually, what would be more apropos would you just like, yeah, I just didn't get it, and then someone thought, wow, that's a go-getter, and gave you a scholarship.
Yeah.
Like you're the guy who just gets
Yeah.
things.
No, this was at the Texas Roadhouse, too.
Wow. Was there shit on the floor?
This is back when the peanuts were on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it made your job harder.
Yeah, and I could only have like one small tray when I was doing the tables, and on so many occasions the hostess would be like, "There's a table of 10. Clean that up and bring in more people over." I'm like, "Cool. I gotta take like 3 trips to clean this table of 10 up. Give me some time." And I would do like one, and then she'd be standing there at the table with the people. And I'm like, there's shit all over the table still. I didn't wipe it down. I need another couple minutes or whatever. And she'd just be standing there. And then...
And the bartender's over there like,
yeah.
I got the easy job.
Yeah.
So if you had been there for a few months, would they have given you a bigger plate
Maybe.
to hold more things?
Big bus boy? Yeah.
Could have been.
Executive bus boy?
Yeah.
Executive.
I love that.
Yeah.
Executive to the busboy. This would be great.
I've never bartended. I was a server, and I was working my way up to want to do that. And then I realized this is the closest to depression I've ever been, was in the service industry. And I was promptly fired over text message. And
Were there emojis?
I think there were no, worse. There were typed out like the colon and then the parentheses, like frown face, like that kind of deal.
Oh,
Wasn't even
jeez.
emojis.
Yeah, like an emoticon.
Yeah.
Oh, the cons were in there, yeah, for sure.
wow.
But no bartending. And my thought when I moved up to New York was, this is true, I went from being a park ranger to moving up to New York, and everyone's like, "Well, what are you going to do up there? You're going to park range like Statue of Liberty?" I'm like, "No, I'm probably going to like try to work at a gay bar as a bartender, and they'll like me, and so that'll work." It didn't work out so much for me. So, and thank the Christ. That sounds awful.
So you went from a park ranger to a gay bartender?
I'd not even that.
Oh.
He didn't achieve his goals.
He
didn't get there.
Couldn't even do it.
No, I couldn't even get there.
The gay bar was like, this guy's weird.
This guy's even for this crowd.
Yeah.
No, thank you. What about you, Juju?
Per usual, I am a licensed bartender in New York
course.
City.
Yeah, the expert.
Expert. Do you have the license on you?
I meant to bring it. I did not. It's very faded.
Okay.
It's 13 years old and definitely not real anymore.
Yeah, they change laws, or they change like there's new drinking rules.
There's a lot
of
drinking laws, and you they wouldn't get it. You guys get it.
What do you have to do to get your license?
1 week in a fake bar.
A fake bar?
Yeah, it was like imagine honestly a film set of a bar, and you just learn how to make all the drinks and do the techniques and things. Funnily enough, I did not get a job bartending until 6 years later when I became a bartender at a sushi place, sushi and sake.
Did any of your training come into
not
play?
Not a goddamn
Not a
thing.
single
Nope. I made Sapporos, and I learned how to do a lychee martini, which was much more complicated than anything I had done.
At sushi bars, I love drinking the house sake and those carafes.
Ooh, so good.
I can have
Do you like
like
it? Do
20
you
of
like it
those.
warm or cold?
Hot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can get behind that. I
Yeah.
like.
And
I like
after
both.
around like the 7th bottle, I usually start stealing the bottles.
You mean the ceramic things?
Yeah,
Little cer-
I steal them. I take them. I put them in my pocket.
Oh
and, yeah.
no.
To do what?
To go home and be like, I stole this. I'm a little klepto with like, I love stealing shit from restaurants.
You're like the guy
And-
from
and-
The Dark Knight who like it was just for sport. It wasn't even for
Yeah.
anything. You just stole the diamond just to. That's good. That's
well,
good
when I
for
was
you.
younger, my mom would, and I was a kid, my mom would like, she'd be like, oh, I like the silverware here. And she would put them in my pocket because no one would go after the kid. And then I just became like, every time we go out, I'll be like, Mom, do you like that?
The word you're looking for is accomplice, by the way.
Prove it. Okay.
We don't need to prove it. You
Prove
admitted it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not on my person.
Yeah.
You're gonna check the boy.
Yeah,
You're gonna
exactly.
check the boy.
Yeah, frisk the boy.
Frisk the boy.
Frisk the
Run,
boy.
Alex,
Yes. I got like steak knives coming out of my pocket.
Stab you.
yeah,
Stab
yeah,
wounds
exactly.
because you put them down.
Yeah.
So no bartending experience.
So no bartending experience, but I am a felon. Yes.
yeah, but I'm a klepto.
Yes.
2-week busboy.
Yes, exactly.
So
Yeah.
let's get into those fucking tips.
Ex-busboy thief.
Sure. True.
Yeah.
So we are going to learn properly, and much to the guidance of Mr. Goebel here, will tell us
Yeah.
if we're doing this correctly as far as tips go.
Yeah.
So
If you're watching this episode right now and you are like, how do I bartend? I want to get into bartending. This is the only place to actually learn.
Day one.
Okay.
laptop, phone on the bar. Oh fuck! I severely lied on my resume. We've got you.
We got you.
You came to the right place. You
We got
skipped
you.
ahead to
Yeah.
the important part, which is now. And now we're gonna get into
You should be
these tips.
playing this during your interview.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
And pointing
relaying.
at it.
Yes,
And
pointing
just
at
pointing
it.
Like,
at
see?
Yes.
See?
Exactly.
You get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is my experience. It's the men of Doozy.
These are the top 8 tips, everybody. Number 8, decide what kind of bar you like. Do you like drinking in a sports bar, or is a speakeasy inside of a laundromat more your speed? Clarifying what kind of bar you love will focus your learning to a specific vibe. I like to drink in, dark alleys behind Chipotle.
Sure.
Are there bartenders there?
No.
No.
That's just by it's
No.
me.
Yes. Yeah.
It's me. I am the bartender.
You
for
come
me.
out of the dumpster, you're like, what do you want?
Polish
What
in
do
a
you
full,
want?
in a full tux, and I'm like
Yeah. It's just trash.
I will say I have missed.
polishing a can.
Yeah, just an old banana peel.
I,
Yeah.
I have
This is a great summer drink.
I have missed when you read tips as one run-on sentence. I've really missed.
I have missed that too. I missed that too.
You
Do
know,
you like the sports bar, the speakeasy, next tip?
as the words come out, you immediately don't care about what you're saying.
Alex does read the tip like he is on a vocal verbal test. Like do you like drinking in a sport? Like
bar.
he did
Or
say those
Like
words.
I'm
Sorry.
reading like my aunt's birthday card she sent me. I'm like, I love
shaking the
you,
tips
very
to see if-
nice, great.
you're shaking the
great.
tips to see
if $5
you're
come
the
back.
best.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love you, blah, blah, blah. Great. Yeah.
So and we're kind of running the gamut here on looks of what kind of bar you would be in. I'd say
Correct.
So you got like somewhat the
You're on the poolside bar.
I'm on the poolside
For
bar.
sure.
I'm the cool. I definitely have Coke in my pocket for someone.
I do think I think that was the same thing you wore during that other episode.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which
yeah.
one?
Where you look like you were a Coke
A
dealer.
Coke dealer?
Yeah.
Yeah. This shirt says nothing
in
else.
Miami or
Yes.
something.
If this
Yeah.
shirt says anything, it's whatever they're talking about. That guy has Coke on him.
Yeah.
Whatever they're talking.
I don't even think I've ever seen Coke in life.
Yeah.
But here I am, like the guy who's.
But you are selling it.
So I'm
Yeah.
I'm more of the beachy
Beach,
tiki,
yes, for sure.
tiki guy.
I like those cocktail lounges, low lighting, nice vibes.
I think that's your outfit.
You
That's
know
me.
what I mean? I
That's
like
me.
I like that.
And
yeah.
you're a dive bar. You have this whole
Yeah.
dive bar look right
You're the
now.
guy that will.
Yeah.
You're also the
The bouncer.
you'll also
Oh,
throw
yes.
people
the
out.
bouncer.
I mean,
yeah.
You've slammed a dude's head on the bar
You
when
walk
he
into
was being weird.
Yeah, you come into my bar, the floors are sticky. The floors are gonna
Yeah.
be sticky. There's
Yeah.
that
Wait a
like
minute.
musk smell where it's like it's just ammonia.
Let's be
What is
clear.
that? Yeah.
Everything in that bar is sticky.
Yeah,
I mean, you go.
everything.
Yeah.
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 Correct.
The glasses. Yeah.
That's not good. You should. That's actually realized it's not on here. Clean your glasses, I guess, as a bartender.
No,
Like,
you think you're constantly polishing a glass, but you're actually just putting like sugar or stickiness on the glass. You're like, well, it's not sticky enough. That's what. What bartending school did you go to? The wrong kind.
I put sugar on the rims of every drink. That's it.
You're like,
you want an Narragansett? Great. There you go.
English?
Sugar or salt rim?
Yeah.
This Jack is fucking sweet. this Everclear is
sweet.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Tip number 7.
Sugar rim around your Jägermeister?
Yeah, Irish car bomb with the salt with a sugar rim.
Sugar rim? Yeah.
You do the
Yes.
Oh, delicious.
Oh God, it's so sweet.
Yes.
So sweet.
God, love.
So sweet. And
Sugar rim
faster.
everything.
That's a bonus tip.
Yeah.
That's for everyone else. Tip number 7. Taste different alcohols. When working with alcohol, you're going to need different flavor profiles. An agave-rich tequila will make a very different drink than the floral taste of gin. Even if you think you don't like a type of alcohol, good bartenders are able to have opinions about liquors they may not enjoy drinking.
Well, here's the thing about bartenders. They have opinions on everything.
You are not wrong.
And they're going to tell you.
Oh, yeah, they're going to tell you all about it. And some of them are going to be problematic.
There's something...
Yikes,
There's
dude.
something great about a bartender that, like, the camaraderie of it is really great. And I think
agree.
we get into that. But, good God, like, it's funny because... I think they should be the librarian of the brews. They should know what the thing. Oh, you
the
like
librarian,
the
if you will.
librarian.
Yeah.
The librarian.
I'm sorry. Let's just
For sure. Thanks so much.
we switched it up there.
We switched it up. We almost high-fived.
We didn't. That's too good.
We're professionals.
Yeah, we're
So, what's your favorite alcohol?
I love a classic beer. I did this last night when we first met up. I said my favorite thing. I'll tell the bartender. I'm like, I don't like IPAs. I don't like things with a whole bunch of flavor, like, at all, really. I said, give me what you would describe as a beer. Just a beer. I don't give a care if it's Bud Light. I don't care if you have something on tap. And so every bartender goes, okay, got it. I know exactly what to give you.
Unlike Alex, who said, I want a lager, and then they were going to have a lager. We do have a double IPA, and he went, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That's
not the same thing.
That is
wildly different things.
Yeah, I don't like the taste of IPAs, but
Unless you put two of them together.
Right, but I like the percentage. I wish that I could drink like a Stella, but it had the percentage of an IPA. You know what I mean?
Oh, you just have a problem.
Yeah.
You're telling us a lot.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry.
What we're also going to be teaching
I drink
you.
alcohol by the percentage.
What we're also going to be teaching you this episode is how to subtext, which
How to
is
subtext.
because holy hell, that
Yeah.
said so much more than you thought.
Yeah.
I'd say I love a beer, but I love a good mix. Like I'll just say my drink. My go-to is, and I get judged so much until people try it, is a raspberry vodka with ginger ale and lime.
Okay.
It is delicious, so good. I'd say flavored vodka is my go-to.
Okay.
I'm a sorority girl, and I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You?
Okay.
I'm like a double tequila soda.
Correct.
In a short glass.
So if it's a double glass, make it 4 tequilas.
I'm like, give me a double tequila with a splash of seltzer on there. That's what I want. I want to feel it.
If I ever ordered that, if you were ever together and I order that, put me in a cab home because I'm already gone.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I'll take that. Be like, Matt's. I probably have a cigarette in my mouth, and I don't even say like I would never. What else is that? It or
that, and then it just I stick to tequila these days. I love tequila. I can have tequila, be in a good mood, and not have a hangover the next
it's an
day.
upper.
Okay.
If I drink whiskey, I get like the Boston comes out. I get really sarcastic, and it's just the jokes aren't hitting.
Which is a good thing because my favorite drink is rye whiskey.
Yeah.
And then the Philadelphia comes out, and I'm
a
hero, actually, so.
Gin.
No,
not
dude.
a fan of gin.
sorry for all the gin lovers out there. You
I'm not
can
either.
literally go, get fucked.
And vodka just makes me sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you both tried absinthe?
Yes, I like it.
Yes.
I like it. I haven't had a proper like.
Oh, you haven't done it. You haven't done it over the sugar.
No. No, is it good?
It's awesome.
Did you learn that in school?
No, I learned that in college.
Which is actually bartending.
Which is bartending school. No, but then actually when they did Cabaret, I'm not sure they did the most recent revival, but the one before with Emma Stone, they actually had an absinthe, the whole machine that they dripped out absinthe if you ordered it at the bar. It was one of the coolest things they've done on Broadway. So yeah,
like absinthe. Absinthe makes me emotional.
Yeah, well, that's the Green Fairy, dude. You
Yeah.
chase the Green Fairy, so
I get really emotional. I had it once, and my friends were like, "You were like, no one understands me, no one gets me,
No one
But that was
gets
the
me, dude."
absinthe. Yeah,
So that's
you should,
what. So that's
you
what
should
it
probably
takes.
drink a lot more.
Yeah,
absinthe.
yeah. So that's what it takes.
feelings. Yeah,
You're like, no, stupid.
yeah.
Number 6, you gotta learn the lingo. When starting out as a bartender, everyone wants to jump right to making drinks. However, it's best to learn the standard terms. This will make things clear to every level of drinker you encounter. Learning the difference between neat, up, or on the rocks will give you the shorthand to bring all drinkers together. So you gotta learn the skill of the nickname. You also gotta learn, like, not just the how it's done, but I think that also goes into learning the lingo of, you gotta learn the skill of nicknaming people, like pal, or like Chief,
Okay. All right. Yes. Agreed.
Bud.
And both
that's part.
nicknaming
Champ.
and also nicknames of drinks. So like the Harvey Wallbanger, which is a
Right.
drink that you can actually order, or like
Yeah.
what's a Grey Dog, stuff like that people may order, and you just gotta know what that is.
Recently, I was at a bar and with some coworkers, and this bartender was like very new, very young. Didn't really know. I think he was just filling in for somebody, or I don't even know if he was a real
He was
bartender.
someone's kid.
He goes, my friend was just like, can I just have like a little glass of Crown Royal, neat, whatever. And the guy goes, okay. And he just went, he walked around the bar.
Never saw him again.
Walked around the bar just like really like racking his brain.
He's still looking for
He was
that.
just like, and he was like talking to people, and then he goes over to this like giant book, and he like opens the book, and he starts like looking at stuff, and the Crown Royal bottle's right there, right?
Yeah,
and he's looking through the book, and it's a while, and we're just watching. We're like, it's right there, and he's like, what? He's like, I don't know how to make that drink, and we're like, you don't. It's not the name of a drink.
The name, it's just we're telling you what we want, and then the
Yes,
adjective.
if the bottle's
to
there,
describe-
just pour a little
pour
bit
that
in the
in there.
glass. That's
Neat
it.
means nothing.
He's like, oh,
Go.
I didn't know how to make that. I'm like, no, it's not some pineapple thing that, you know.
In his defense,
Yeah.
not having any knowledge of bartending experience, clearly,
Yeah,
if someone's
clearly.
like, I want a Crown Royal neat, that sounds like the most extravagant drink ever. And
I
it really,
do have to give it to the 12-year-old that was working at the bar.
Yeah.
That is it's a little complicated.
Yeah.
If it's like,
So-
I'll take a Her Majesty's nod
Yeah.
up, please, and you're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go find a dress.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's literally just a liqueur you throw over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And throw it.
What'd you say? A what?
A liqueur.
Yeah.
Oh, a liqueur. I thought you were saying LaCroix like an idiot.
I also do that. Yes, and I will get that in this episode by the end. It's LaCroix. LaCroix.
La Croix.
LaCroix.
There was actually another instance where I'm at a brunch having, mimosas and all that good stuff. And
Good stuff.
it was like also like a diner type of setting, and you can see the kitchen, everyone running around. I'm like, give me a mimosa, really strong, and I see it was like the owner's daughter, who was probably 8 years old, go around, take the champagne, pour it. I watched her make the drink, and they brought it over, and I was like, okay, that bartender, let me see that license, let me see that bartender's license.
She's like, "Vrrt," and there's like
Yeah.
3 in different
They're out-
states.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm 35 actually.
You know what I'm realizing? I'm like gazing at your face.
Yeah.
And directly behind you is the standard bartender's guide.
Correct.
No
Oh,
Crown Royal
correct.
though.
Yeah, how do you make that?
I do believe the word neat is on there somewhere, though, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we
Chicken
can,
recipes, boo.
we can,
It's some good.
we can get lost.
This is really good
How do you-
podcast material.
For
for
sure,
us to
let's
look at a
read
poster.
something.
Yeah.
How do you feel about drinks with like milk in it and stuff like that?
Okay, I'm not a huge White Russian fan, but that's the only one that I can
I'm
think
with
of
you.
that has it. I mean, I talk about there's some advanced techniques. I love egg white in drinks, though, making a sour with egg whites. Have you ever had like an actual I went to this bar in San Francisco, I think it was, where it's called the haberdashery.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
fancy.
it was basically you told the bartender what you liked and what you were feeling that day, and they just like made you something. It was those kind of bars. It was
Okay. So
very cool.
there is one of those in the West Village in New York City, and it's a speakeasy. You go in, and it's called like the bartender's choice, and you tell them what you're into. And I went with a good friend of ours, and he got one, and it was the perfect drink. It was exactly what he was feeling. Nice. And I said, I usually like a flavored vodka, more like a fruity or this. She gives it to me, and it was, I kid you not, I don't think she could have made this closer to this if she had tried. But you know the cherry when you got a sore throat, that in the back of your throat to numb your throat?
Right.
It was that as an alcoholic beverage, and it was $25.
So it was bad.
It was the worst drink I've ever had.
That might say more about you not knowing what you actually like.
No, I knew what I liked. But what she made, I said I like fruity. I like it, but whatever. But it was
flavored vodka with a little bit of Benadryl.
Can I get Benadryl?
Put a little Benadryl, yeah.
How about a little bit of this, and I hand her the.
Take a shot of Mucinex while you're.
I take the lid off.
Mucinex.
Was this bar in a CVS?
So I'm trying to be healthy. Trying to be healthy here.
Bartender's choice. This is a pharmacy.
The bartender is the Mucinex guy. The Mucinex mucus.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Wild.
Milk. If drinking's the journey, with like alcoholic drinking is the
milk
journey,
is the apocalypse.
I can't do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Too much. It's gonna curdle. It's gonna be too much.
I mean,
it's too much of a house party in there with different beverages, and I can't be adding the.
So then
the
you're
milk,
also
which is the awkward weird cousin at the party.
So then you're
It's
also
weird.
out on Bailey's.
Now hold on.
Hold on.
Here we go. Correct.
Hold on. Bailey's in your coffee in the morning, pretty good.
Well, that's
when
a problem.
you have a job.
Yeah, when you're on your way to work.
On the drive?
Yes.
On the drive.
Each stoplight, you're pouring a fresh little bevy in there?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's get to the next tip. Stat.
Number 5, everybody. Work on tending bar, okay? Not only are you making drinks, you are making conversation and problem solving for strangers. No one wants to drink with someone who sucks. You will become closer to some people than their own families.
Which you can speak
Good
about.
reading.
You can speak about that if you want.
Yeah, I love just going to bars, having drinks, and just becoming friends with everybody.
I wrote this tip.
It literally,
for him.
I mean, that's I'll go to a bar by myself and just be bored and just have a blast. I was traveling at an airport. Airport bars are probably the best bars, I think. It's
The hottest take
literally.
by Alex Staub.
Truly.
You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there and I start talking to just everyone around me.
It's
and
also
a good time.
7:45 a.m. when he's doing this.
7:45 a.m.
And he orders that double tequila with a
Yes,
splash of soda.
with a little Benadryl.
Yeah. Can I get the Mucinex on the
Yeah,
side?
exactly.
That would be really great.
Yeah. No, I when I'm by myself, I don't really. I'm not someone who like comes home from work and drinks. I like social drinking. So like if I'm out
and you
partying,
are incredibly
Yeah,
social.
you are too social.
You're
Too
incredibly social.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes it gets me in trouble. Sometimes I have good friends from it. So
I think that is one of my favorite things because, at least in our world or our time of growing up, it's like we get our friends, we go drink, and we're hanging out. So it should be like a group of people, right? And the bartenders are busy, especially when we're in New York City, all this stuff doing that. And so it's not a lot of like camaraderie. But there was a bar, and it brought me to this, one of my first like, oh, this is what the feeling is of like a Cheers kind of thing, where we went to a bar that a friend of a friend opened, and it's not popping yet. People don't quite know about it. So there's like half a dozen to maybe 10 people in this bar at all time. Every single time we've gone, we left having hung out and talked to every single person in the bar, and the bartenders then like come around giving stuff out. Every single one of us, like the other day, some random ass dude who is like talking, being loud. Andrew, of course, goes over and starts talking, finds out they went to high school together, and he graduated with Andrew's brother.
Okay.
Like it was in Philly.
crazy.
And it's just like, That's
Yes.
the best thing. And it was the bartender like, do you guys know? They kind of facilitated, handed people drinks. I ended that night having Malort, which is not a
true.
good idea ever.
We drank Malort as a bar.
And she was like,
Malort?
yeah, have you ever had Malort?
No.
Oh my God. Everyone from Chicago get in the comments and tell him how much he needs to drink Malort.
Malort.
I will say, this is bringing me back. All the up-and-coming bartenders who are not going to watch this YouTube video, but you should. You need to get better at this. This is a dying art that, I am so sad to see dying. There was an incredible bar down in Tribeca called South's. It was unreal. Unreal bar, unreal bartenders, and they made it feel like Cheers without, it feeling old. It was new. It was great. And so, a lot of bars I go to now, to your point, Matt, is just it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel,
It doesn't. Before we get too far off this, Malort is a notoriously bitter wormwood-based Swedish-style schnapps that has become a Chicago icon, known for its polarizing flavor, often described as tasting like burnt rubber, grapefruit, or nail polish remover.
Oh. Hey.
Get your mouth ready, dude. I'm going to get a bottle delivered here for you.
Thank you.
Go.
I'm also really good at, if I do go to a bar that I like, I become best friends with the bartender and always end up trying to get the free shots out of them.
And they get
And they do it, yeah. Well, it'll be like, I'll be like, oh, can you drink here? I'll buy you a shot, blah, blah, blah. And then they loosen up and then they just start giving shots. And then it became a thing where every time I go to that bar, they'd see me and they'd be like, let's
get this guy going.
Let's rack up the thing. Because they know I'll be there for a while.
And you'll probably
And you'll also rack up your own.
Yeah, rack
drinking.
up my own thing.
also-
But sometimes they'll take off a lot and I'll tip them extra.
So
and it's
you
a whole
tip
thing.
like a
yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
That you are the consummate drinker.
I'd like to take care of people.
You are the consummate person to tend. At
Correct.
Bar, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a garden. You're a vibrant garden.
You're a vibrant, drunken garden.
Okay.
We call
I've
them.
always said that about you.
Yeah,
Right, yes.
That's why we
You're
call
lush.
you.
That's
That's
what
why
I
we call you
identify as, yeah.
a Jarden. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your
Jordan?
pronouns.
A Jarden. Yeah.
A
dude.
Jordan? Yeah.
Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get to this this break.
Yeah, let's go to the break. I got to take another drink. Hey everyone, are you tired of buying expensive, low-quality foods? I know I am, and that's why it is time to discover the authentic taste of Italy with Botticelli Foods.
They're a family-owned brand that delivers farm-to-table products straight to your dinner table. Experience the rich flavors of their Italian cuisine, which has been passed down from generation to generation.
If you go to BotticelliFoods.com and use the promo code Doozy at checkout, you can get 10% off all Botticelli food products.
We're talking about every kind of sauce you can think of, olive oils, balsamics, and many more flavorful products.
And remember, Botticelli Foods, they're extraordinary and outstanding, just like the men at Doozy.
Buy Botticelli's now.
Right now. And now we go to our favorite segment during the break, checking in with Jose. Jose, have you ever bartended? What's your favorite drink?
Are you drinking right now?
Are you drinking
Are you drinking right now?
You
He's
know,
drinking
what,
right
what's the vibe here? Wow.
Okay.
Okay. He's a drunk.
Pour
He
par for
should
the
be
course,
careful.
I'd say, for
Yeah,
that
you should
guy.
be careful.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
We figured that as much, yeah?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go back to the tips, everybody. I'm sure you're waiting for to get the job. Hey, we're back, and I am shit-faced.
He is though. We took a 2-hour
20% tequila, 80% Dayquil.
Yeah. With just a sprinkling of Benny.
With a
Benadryl.
sugar rim.
With a polish
Yeah.
the glass.
break. We call it
Yeah.
a day Calito with
Yeah.
with little.
Call it day tripper.
Yeah. No, even when I take
Day
cold
tripper.
medicine, I
Day
put sugar
tripper's
around.
good.
I
Yeah.
know. Do we have?
I rim everything.
We're gonna. I'm gonna need you to say that again.
I rim everything with sugar.
That's already said the first.
And love. I'm a garden. You know what I mean? I'm a garden.
I'm a
What do you expect
garden.
me to
What
not
do you
rim everything?
expect me to do?
I'm a garden.
Yeah,
a garden,
I'm a
brother.
Yeah.
A garden's gonna garden. Everyone's
Yeah.
always said that. Do we have a favorite bartender moment? One that we were like, that's a bartender. That's what we experienced.
the gentleman I worked with, I actually feel so bad. I meant to look up he had a YouTube page. He was this Japanese bartender I worked with at the sake bar. He brought his own knives that he would cut ice into like very specific things. It was a joy to watch him work, genuinely, which is not what I could say about most people, but it was.
Because it wasn't even shaving; it was cutting.
It was cutting.
Is it like that? Have you seen that that Japanese bartender who's got like the smoke and he's got the ice and he's chopping it with the sword and he spins it around and it's like this whole thing?
I think so.
No, I'll show it to you.
like
afterwards.
Please do.
It was good.
So watching him do that is probably
Watching it and that was, it was both as I would go there when I didn't work at the bar, and as a customer, it was always awesome to watch. But then working with him, I was like, that's crazy. Just the care he would take with every single thing. It was awesome.
I don't know. It's
to quote him a second ago, I love going to places. I meet everyone. I love people.
What's your favorite moment with him? Nah.
So
I hate
there's been so many bars. This is back in the day, but there were so many bars that I would go to, have a blast, know all the bartenders, and then I'd end up sleeping with one, and then I couldn't go back to that bar anymore because I just it happened in a lot of bars.
And you couldn't go back and look him in the eye again?
Well, I'd be like, they're working, and then I'd show up, and they'd be like, oh, well, she doesn't like you anymore because I didn't want to be in a relationship, and then then it was just awkward going to that bar.
Oh,
again,
it was a woman. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
got it.
Well, it was a gay bar, but
it was a gay woman.
gay woman. Yeah,
You're feeling her fantasy.
Yes,
got it.
Yeah, exactly.
This was going to be my answer anyway. Is my favorite moment is seeing the most beautiful, usually tatted baddie of a bartender and just being the most bashful, never every single time they talk to me, I have to remember she's not in love with me.
No.
She's just doing her job. And it breaks my heart every time. I paint a life with this woman. Yeah. And it doesn't work out because I go, okay. And I walk away and I can't do it. But it is my favorite because it's just
it also doesn't work
lovely to
out
see.
because that's her job, is to make you like her, so you give her more money.
Can we also go back to the person who has slept with a bunch of these people?
Can we go back to
teach
that
me your
person?
ways? Yeah.
Well, when they're like, hey, what can I get? What do you want to drink? And you're like, wait. Just don't do that.
I'll try. I'll work
what I
on
mean?
it. I'll work on it. I'll see what I can do.
know?
What should I do?
Or walk into the bar backwards with your Batman tattoo out.
Okay. One on my back, yeah. That's a surefire way to...
Yes. With a tattoo baddie, she'd be like, holy fuck, who is that?
Should be...
Yeah.
Throw that shit. That's good.
Yeah.
Any other tips?
Come in with a Batman tattoo and you're like, a raspberry vodka, please. With sugar rim. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe work on the drink choices.
Yeah, maybe have a
too.
more
What if I just
manly
own it?
drink?
What if I
Yeah.
land down? I go,
Yeah.
I'll take a raspberry vodka with ginger ale and lime.
Yeah.
If you please. And
If you
she's like,
please.
holy fuck.
Yeah.
That might be the move.
Cranberry juice. That's it.
I'll take OJ. And she's like,
Cranberry juice, no ice.
stat.
Then you're a
I'll take
psychopath.
cranberry juice neat.
No ice. Yeah.
Ice. Extra no ice.
Oh my
Iceless.
That's awful. Noted. I'll
An
keep that.
iceless orange juice is aggressive.
Cranberry juice, iceless.
I'll keep that in mind.
That's badass.
Next time.
Mysterious.
Yeah, when we go out tonight, put me to the test.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
We're getting back at these tips.
Yeah.
And then maybe you'll find love or...
Never.
Okay. Tip number 4. Acquire bar gear to practice at home.
Oh.
Cocktail shakers are a must for anyone who wants to make great cocktails. Sure, 2 glasses can do in a pinch. However, if you really want to serve an impressive drink, having the right tool is key.
Did you find that? Did you make a little when you're training at home? Did you have homework to go home and?
I did with the bartending license. Ended up not helping. But then when I worked at the sake bar, the bartender taught me how to stir a drink without clinking the ice, and you actually need a bar spoon for that, and that's why they're twisted and all that thing. It's because you're meant to run it just between 2 fingers, and you're basically spinning just that, and it'll create a whirlpool. but is silent.
Yeah, we're sitting on a gold mine of info here with you, and we keep forgetting the fact that
Well,
you're
we're too busy
you're
talking about you wanting to
professional.
have sex
Sex
with
with a
Bart.
tatted baddie for sure.
Make
That-
my drink. Don't touch the ice. Bigger whirlpool.
There are people who are very
You're
particular.
using a regular spoon? What
Get-
is this?
What is
Yeah.
this?
Prison?
No twist.
What is this? Prison
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah. There are no bars in prison. Well,
You don't know.
well, bars, metal bars.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That-
No, there's definitely there's
It's a
toilet.
double
There's-
entendre there.
No, it isn't.
Bars.
It might be. I don't know.
I guess we're all kind of confused on what an entendre
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
I
I'm
think
confused.
is
Yeah,
what-
it's double. It's double.
Double meaning.
Yeah.
Just like your tequila. It's a double.
With a splash.
It's a
with
double.
A splash of NyQuil.
I'm a little unsure of what entendre is, so doubling it and giving it to someone else doesn't really work for me.
The images
either.
of
It's like couscous.
couscous. What the fuck?
That's two.
Two couscous.
God,
We've gotten so far off the rails.
we are off the tracks. We're off the bars.
We're off the
Two
bars.
couscous, please. No ice.
I'll take dos couscous. Dos couscous,
I want a
please.
couscous whirlpool.
Tip number 3. Experiment with mixers and sweeteners. When creating cocktails or highballs for yourself, try different things together. Simple syrup can pull different flavors out of liquors, while sour mix will completely change the makeup of a drink. This can lead I'm going to say how this is said.
Yes.
This can lead exciting discoveries.
Correct.
So that's not on me.
Right.
That's on me.
Like Long Island iced teas, which funnily enough do not have any tea in them. But there's plenty of Long Island. I'll tell you that.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Plenty of Long Island.
yeah.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, brother.
Dude, there were a couple summers where I just loved a Long Island iced teas because I was like, give me everything.
I don't know if I've ever had one. What is it?
It's everything.
Is it?
Yeah,
Except tea.
Literally. Well,
no. It's not. So what you do is you take every clear version of alcohol. So it's whiskey, vodka, I believe gin and tequila.
rum.
Rum, that's it. Not
Rum,
gin.
yeah.
Gin's too much. So
Fuck.
it's rum.
Yeah.
But all white liquors. Pick up all 4 bottles with both your hands. Flip them into a drink. Stop doing that, and then you just get a spritz of Coke, and that is a Long Island iced tea. And then here you go. Bye.
That's legal?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, exactly.
Do it, dude.
Yeah.
Have you?
That's
You've really
crazy.
never had a Long
I
Island?
don't think so.
Oh, then
I
you-
might have tried it and went,
And then you get crazier
I'm like,
bars that will
where's
do.
the ginger ale and raspberry? I don't understand.
Then there's a blue.
tea?
There's a blue. There's blue Long Islands too, which is everything I said.
plus blue.
Plus blue curacao, which is another alcohol, and then that replaces the Coke.
So I was
Yes,
right when I
okay.
said there's plenty of Long
There's
Island.
yes,
Yes.
correct. That's why we all agreed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. I mean, there was a time. There was a time when I would slam those.
Do you think if I...
The Cheesecake Factory has great Long
They
Island
do-
iced teas.
Cheesecake
They have
Factory.
a happy hour for Long Islands. Yeah.
Cheesecake. If you
What are they
if you want to
doing?
if you want us to
Everything.
do advertisements, we can talk about
You think
it.
that's
They pour everything in there and then they take like the bar mat and they dunk it into.
Oh
the,
no, that's Jersey Turnpike.
Oh.
So
They dip a cheesecake for
Yeah.
a hot second.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the drink I should order when I go to the Tatted Baddies bar and just be like, I'll take a Long
no,
Island?
because then that
Long
screams that you
Island.
might be an alcoholic. Like
Yeah.
that's
What's a good... Okay, here's a real question. What's the drink that a bartender or someone you'd say, okay, they're cute, or I would like to impress them, and you'd be like, here's a drink. And they go, oh, I don't usually hear that one, or that's one I don't really... What's a drink you think would be a move?
For a tatted baddie bartender, probably cocaine.
Okay. You think she'd want some? Is that why?
No.
Then what's the move? Just so she's like, wow,
Take out
this
your
guy
bag
gets... Okay. So I'm not even ordering it. I'm like,
Yeah.
she's like, what do you have? It's more like, what will you
Yeah.
have?
What do you want?
She's like, you to
What do
leave. I'm like,
I
I
want?
figured. I
Yeah.
figured I should leave.
I would say honestly, it would just be ordering with confidence, whatever you're ordering, and coming up sure yourself. I think that's the way to really do it. It won't always work.
It's not
but
about the drink. It's about
the
you.
person.
It's
He did get the subtext of what I was saying, which is
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me translate for you.
Thank
You
you.
suck.
it's not the Yeah, it's not the ship; it's the motion of the ocean. By that I mean, don't be a dumbass.
In an ocean.
In an ocean.
Correct.
A liquor ocean. Yeah.
A lotion?
A
Yeah, sure.
lotion. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, because even if you do have an impressive drink to say, if you say it in a wimpy way, it won't work. You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, can I get a double whiskey?
Want a bourbon, please?
I think most guys think like, I'll take just like straight whiskey or what's on their rocks. I would say most of the problematic men I know are straight whiskey drinkers. Yes.
Yikes. That's me.
No. Yeah. Probably. No, I don't
like where
think
this
so.
came
Are
from.
you that?
Yeah, I love straight whiskey. Rye whiskey is my favorite
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Manhattans are good. Manhattans are good.
I'm going to stop you right there because you crush some beers and you hang with the boys. You do that.
Yeah, well, I'm also a team player. I don't
Yes.
quit. Give me an
Right.
alcohol. I like
but my
them all.
point is like I'll end up having like a scotch or something or hang out with people.
Sure.
But I'm talking about the people who roll up to the bar, start with a whiskey, and that's their drink and that's all they're doing. Like that's a person.
I have
who's
definitely
okay.
done. I
That's
want
a vibe.
I've definitely done that.
Yeah, well, you've also been problematic in your life, but you're moving on and you're getting better. So
Yeah.
we're working on it for you. Oh no. You're problematic.
Yeah.
I'm a puss.
Yeah.
You're a party.
Yeah, I'm a garden.
I want that.
I think that's the
as
tag.
a tag for this. Yeah.
Number 2, everybody.
yeah.
Learn advanced techniques. Once you have the basics down, move on to more specialized techniques to diversify your drink making. Layering drinks or muddling fruit, leaves, and sugars together can create truly amazing beverages that are a joy to drink.
You know what's a joy? Watching Alex read again. Watching this garden read.
Watching this
garden
read.
can read.
This garden can read, dude. Layering drinks and muddling fruit. That's a great, like a muddled fruit in a drink is a fire way for me to get
Green
to buy it.
mojitos, baby.
Yes, I love a mojito.
Mojitos are
that I
delicious.
can order with confidence.
There you
and
go.
I probably shouldn't, but I can.
No, you can.
Mojito.
Or like when
Mojitos.
they shave off like an orange on the outside and like dunk in the edge.
Oh yes,
or
yeah. No, and
whatever.
they oh shit, what is that term for that? They like do the oils.
Yes, the rim.
Yeah, that shit's great.
Yeah.
It's very good. Yeah.
Love rim
Love rimming. Love
and
rim.
muddling.
Muddling the rim.
Muddling
What's up?
the rim.
There was a place in a town in St. Augustine in Florida, and they would get a pure like bit of sugar cane that they would chop off and shove it in your mojito, and so it would be all the sweetness from that. It was the
okay.
most delicious mojito in the world, and I'm like, that's a treat, and I love that.
Okay.
Took no time at all. I was like, okay, I can get by. I think that's where it started. This sweet love of mine.
Yeah, mojitos are good. Or Mai Tais. Mai Tais
Mai
are really good.
Tais.
Mai Tais
Yeah.
are great. I don't think anything is muddled in a Mai Tai.
No.
No, it's just
Except your perception.
except
your
your brain.
judgment,
Yeah.
your
Except your
judgment.
brain.
Yeah.
I love layering drinks is very cool. But
What's like
that's-
the most advanced thing that you learned?
I mean, I learned all the dumb bullshit, but like the there are some shots I just cannot think of them right now. But like where you will like have I think it's called like Baby Guinness, and it's it is I forget if it's rum or whiskey, but then you do it in a shot glass and then you float Baileys on top of it, so it looks like a little Guinness.
Okay.
Like a blowjob shot. That's whipped cream.
That's whipped cream, though. Yeah,
whipped cream.
I guess you are floating the whipped cream, but that's a lot easier than
What's the science behind a black and tan?
very similar thing. That just has the heavier beer below the.
Oh, it's on the bottom. It's got to be on the
I
bottom.
believe so. I think
Which for the audience is what?
a black and tan is Guinness and Gosling. It's dark rum, I believe.
Gosling.
No. That's like a, and then like a Pilsner up top, right? Or is that black and blue? No, that's Blue Moon.
That's blue.
We're getting there.
No,
We're
there's
getting there.
No, there's a
No,
beer where
Blue
it's like
Moon
it's
is the
Guinness.
wheat beer. I don't know.
You know what
The
I'm
point
talking
is, I know what you're talking
We're
about.
talking about drinks where there's like Guinness on bottom, then you have another
And
beer
something else
sitting
on
on
top.
top, and
Yes.
you see it all in the glass. It's
Yes.
crazy.
I mean, normally when you talk about the science, it's all surface tension. So that's why normally when you make drinks like that, you put a spoon So it's coming from the tap and hitting the spoon and dispersing.
I
down.
see.
So it doesn't.
I
penetrate.
see. Okay.
There you go.
Well, Andrew, why don't you do what the number one tip is right now?
I'm gonna tell you guys the number one tip of how to be a bartender. Put the cherry on.
Yeah,
top.
that's what you're doing right now.
Once you have a delicious drink, the final step is to make it presentable. Using the perfect glass and garnish can bring a drink together, like a straight-up Manhattan with a maraschino cherry and a martini glass.
Love.
That's my shit. That's my shit.
You know those shots that you could take where you take a shot, the girl like spits water in your face and slaps you like really hard. You ever seen that?
Nope.
No? I'll send you the link.
And by the link, it's just from his phone.
Yeah.
His home
It's
video.
just shaky phone video.
It's just
And
me
it's his POV. He's like, "Thank you," and it's like,
it's just me assaulting a homeless guy.
"Spit in my mouth! Spit in my mouth!" You're like, "What? I'm about to do a shot. Spit in my mouth."
Shot tequila, but spit on me and slap me.
Is this kind of like the Renaissance Fair episode where the woman like says horrible things to you while
Yeah,
she's
like
making you
degrading
drink?
things
Yeah.
while you're like chained up.
The big titty wenches.
Yes.
Big titty wenches.
Yes,
That's
See,
real.
I want big tattied wenches.
Hey.
Whoa.
You see what I'm going with for here?
Daddy wedges.
Yeah. Can I have that with the maraschino cherry?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Garnishes
No,
are good.
if you have a chance to get slapped while you take a shot, take it. Do it.
Everyone's into something.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be
Here's the
into
thing.
that.
Here's the thing.
You have to.
Taking a shot feels like a slap to me anyway. So it's either going to be the best thing or the worst thing ever. I'm either going to make, actually, no, that's terrible. Or,
Yeah.
wow, I actually needed that right
Yeah.
after.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And if it's,
I love it.
and it's supposed to be like the lady bartender. Actually, I think I read an article where this woman in Miami does that. She's like ripped.
Yeah, it's a
and
thing.
beautiful, and she's like in a bikini, and she like charges like $20-$30 per shot and all the tips, and she just slaps the hell out of the guys after, right? That's
Yeah.
and she makes like $2,000 a day.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
yeah.
That's that's all come together for me now. It happened to me and I forgot about it because she hit me so hard.
Yeah.
So I'm free. Yeah, I forgot.
You take the shot, they throw a drink in your face, and then they slap you as hard as they can.
She's got to.
There's so many
not-
questions. I want to know why.
It's great.
Here's a better question. Why not?
Why not?
Why not, dude?
Right?
That's
Punch me. You know?
I don't know. That's kind of my point right
know
now.
what I'm saying?
I don't know.
That's the thing. You're like, this is great and all, Bethany, but can you close your fist next
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is good, but here,
Yeah.
put my ring on.
yeah. You're in like the fake bar. You're like, when do I start slapping
Yeah.
people?
When do I get to the slapping technique?
When do I get to slapping?
You start slapping all the people, the coworker. You're like, I love this job. They're like, he hits too hard for us to tell him he can't do that.
The whirlpool's nice, but when do I get to beat the shit out of people?
Sir, please get out of the bikini.
Yeah.
So you're
It's just me in a wig down in the Florida
With
Keys.
with the beard, and you have like the tiny-
Next.
Sir, you have
Next.
knocked,
It's
with your
ma'am.
arms. You're like, sir, you've knocked out every patron here. They all have no teeth and like, more please.
Sign the waiver. Yeah.
after you've hit them.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
I don't want a shot. Just hit me.
I'll pay you double if you don't give me a
What
drink.
is this turned into? We're talking about drinks here, guys. Come on.
This is
This is-
bartend.
this is
bartending.
bartending.
Yes. Yes.
Bartending.
Is there anything else
Yes.
about bartending before we close out that we
Yeah.
feel like this is we just have to say?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any experiences or anything that I'm like, oh, that was really crazy. But when I see a bartender that can just across the board, like
Yeah.
they're owning it, I'm like, hell yeah. Here's the thing. We went out not too long ago and crowded place, really cool ambiance. It was a lovely place.
Are you talking about the terrible bartender?
And he was everything you ordered. It was like, I'll just get the Pilsner on draft. And he'd be like, okay. And we're like,
Yes.
To be fair,
Yes.
it was Brooklyn, and that place is terrible. So
and half the bar you every time we'd come out, we'd see the bar getting a little bit more full on the other bartender's side. And she was swamped. And he was kind of like going over, he's like, I'll take you. And people were like,
no.
okay, I'll take this thing. And he's like, a what? And they're like, this. I'll take this. He's like,
Yeah.
And I've never done this, and it was that guy, because our whole group, and there was like separate rooms you can go hang. And so everyone in the room was like, did anyone else get that shitty bar? And we're all like, yeah.
And we're talking our group, strangers we never met.
Like
Everyone was
30
like, that's
other people,
fucking terrible.
30 people. And so I ended up going.
Don't be that guy.
I ended up going to the manager, and I was like, dude, listen, I've worked these jobs. Like, I've been manager. I understand. I'm just telling you, like, no one wants to go to that. You're having a stressful bar right now, because he looked kind of stressed out. I'm like, that guy sucks. And he's like, dude, thank you. Like, I'm not telling you what to do, but I hate to be a snitch, but this guy is giving the worst attitude, and you're either going to have to put someone else. And sure enough, as we were leaving, they added a third guy, and he was getting like taken out. Get
rid of him.
It was so unnecessary. Like, people
It was
came
so
in,
dumb.
and he goes, I was wondering. I went back in the rooms, and people didn't have drinks. I'm like, people don't want to go to the bar.
Yeah.
And that's what you don't do. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
I think that's another thing too, just as bartender in general, like, it's not an easy job. You have to deal with different people all the time. Being a dick is when you get I have bars I refuse to go to because a bartender was a complete dick once. I'm like, no, why would I risk doing that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there are. I've
Do you have any bartenders? Sorry, do you have any bartenders that like your magic didn't work on them?
I accept your apology, and I've seen bartenders where the place is swamped and they are just locked in, not making one mistake.
Yeah.
On the computer, here's your drink.
That's like magic.
And they can be conversational and fun and like not let anything affect them. And it's like, oh, this person's a powerhouse.
Yeah. My only caveat to that is when I think there is a difference between being a very talented bartender and being a showy bartender. If you start throwing bottles around and doing dumb shit, I hate that. Finish making my drink.
Especially when it's busy.
I'm now done.
Right. Give me a drink.
Give me my drink. That's why I like when people are just like racking stuff like you were talking about, that's my jam. I love watching people just work. The only place that is different, I just love shut out bars. If you're in New York, come to some of these places. The Honeywell.
It's great.
Is a bar that the drinks take some time, but man, they're putting the work in. They've got infusions. They've got
muddles
smoke and shit. They've muddled stuff.
They like have it in a glass, Beauty and the Beast kind of thing.
Yeah, they have a drink called Beauty and the Beast that is actually
smoke, and they do this, and it's a treat.
Just give me my drink. I don't need tale as old as time.
That's enough. Well, we know the copyright.
Dude, it is. It's fucking song as old as rhyme. He's a garden.
Right,
You're
and I'm
a
garden. I would know. I don't know.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everyone. Thank you for watching the Man Doozy podcast.
Please comment what your favorite tip was and share this episode with everyone you know.
We are on all social media platforms and audio platforms.
And if there's something you want to learn about and have us teach you while we also learn about it to tell and teach you, then let us know. Fuck yeah.
We'll see you next episode.
Bye, Botticelli.
Buy that shit. We love you. Good luck to all the bartenders out there.
Bye.
Hell yeah.
Hey, thanks so much for watching that video.
If you liked it, come on back and check out all of our other stuff.
Like, subscribe, share. We love you. Do it all.
We do.
Come on back. Please.
That'll be the video.